Hi, my name is Wong. I'm currently in the final year of my Bachelor of Commerce, which is also known as RPA of TAR UC. I had my internship with PricewaterhouseCoopers, which is also known as PwC. I applied for it on the PwC's official website, and as per usual, I had gone through 3 stages, which were the submission of my resume, phone interview, and online assessment before I secured the placement. The first factor I would say is my academic results. I'm glad that I did quite well in my studies. At the time when I was applying for internship placement, my CGPA was around 3.96. Apart from that, I was also quite active in co-curricular when I was in secondary school, and I also won a few national and state level awards in science and taekwondo competitions. I think these are the few factors that allow me to be shortlisted for an interview. And at the phone interview stage, I'm glad that I was able to pick up the phone call from the PwC HR department as I was about to have my test in an hour. I think this is important because if I did not pick up the phone, the PwC HR department might not give me a call again. Luckily, I had done my research on the background of PwC and some other relevant information beforehand, and I was able to calm myself down. Lastly, I did the online assessment, which was actually a game. After playing this game, there was a report generated which showed my personality and characteristics. There's nothing I can share for this, just be myself and let the game report reflect the true me. I joined workshop conducted by one of the Big Four when I was in foundation in TAR UC. I was amazed by the large scale of the firm in terms of the number of employees and the officers around the world. I also got to know that the employees perform their work while maintaining their independence and professionalism. Since then, my biggest dream is to join one of the Big Four. At first, I applied for an internship in the external audit department. After that, I made a follow-up call to the PwC HR department, and I was informed that they were not hiring any interns for the external audit department at that moment. Instead, they offered me to have my internship in the risk assurance department. So the job scope is quite similar to the external audit in certain areas, but the purpose of service is slightly different from the external audit. The purpose of performing an external audit, as we all know, is to provide overall assurance that the company financial statements are true and fair, and it is mandatory for all companies in Malaysia to be audited. While for risk assurance, the main purpose is to identify the risk associated with a specific control system, and a detailed checking on that control system will be conducted. So my first task as a risk assurance intern was to extract the information of the invoices, which will be then traced to the company's bank statement. There were more than 10,000, if I'm not mistaken, to be extracted, 10,000 invoices, and that itself already took me and the other 3 interns 2 whole weeks to complete. I found it quite difficult to understand the rationale behind performing certain tasks. I did not want to do the task for the sake of doing it. I believe that I can perform better after understanding the reasons for performing those tasks. I consulted my supervisor on this issue, and after her clarification, I was able to understand the reason for performing those tasks. Throughout my internship, Malaysia was under Conditional and Recovery Movement Control Order, also known as CMCO and RMCO. At that time, only 3 of our engagement team members were allowed to go to the client's office, which was part of the standard operating procedures imposed by the government. As we had many documents to be referred to, I was the one in charge of delivering and collecting documents to and from the other 3 interns who work under the same engagement. Apart from being a risk assurance intern, I was also a delivery man with no extra allowance. To juniors who are looking for internships, I would advise you to concentrate on your studies. As you know, the minimum CGPA to enter a Big Four firm is 3.5, and also to be active in co-curricular activities as they form the interviewer's first impression of you. It is an additional point to have both good academic results and experience in co-curricular activities. With this, you should be able to be shortlisted for the interview. At the interview stage, this is where you have to show your communication skills. You have to do some research on the company's background beforehand, be polite to the interviewers, groom yourself and dress appropriately if you are attending a video or face-to-face interview, and not to forget, answer the interviewer's question straight to the point. I would advise you to use the STAR method, which stands for Situation, Task, Action, and Result in answering their question. Of course, this is the common way to join Big 4 firms. The other way of joining them is by participating and winning the competition organized by Big 4 firms, such as Deloitte Tech Challenge, Deloitte Audit Business Challenge, PwC Trust Builder Challenge, and etc. They will usually offer you an internship placement as part of the reward. Another way of joining Big 4 firm is by representing them as a student ambassador, such as Deloitte Student Ambassadors, KPMG Student Ambassadors, EY Campus Champ, and so on. To be a student ambassador, you will have to submit your resume and be shortlisted for an interview before you can represent them. To conclude this, I would suggest you to focus on the studies, be active in co-curricular activities, and practice your English writing and communication skills. With this, I believe you can join the Big 4 firm for internships too. Good luck in your application and all the best to you.